Afrobeasters, welcome back again. As you, I'll be doing another reaction of another death battle, and today's death battle is Black Goku from Dragon Ball Super versus Reverse Flash from DC Comics. So very interesting. I kind of understand the theme of this one too, actually, because if you think about it, these are basically evil counterparts of the main characters of their respective universes, of course. Well, yeah. I was gonna say, for a moment I was thinking about the Flash and stuff like that, but like technically there's a lot of different versions of the Flash, as well as basically different main characters, depending on I guess the issues of comics. I don't know, more confusing right there. But yes, basically these are basically evil counterparts though of their respective heroes of their universe. So I get the theme right there. But who I think is gonna win, that is a entirely different story right there. Because from my basic knowledge, at least for both of them, at least, okay, though I know more about Black Goku, I believe, than the Reverse Flash. Okay, Black Goku basically can do like things Goku could do, of course. Besides the Super Saiyan Blue, it goes to pink or rose, whatever you want to call it. I just say it's pink. It's pink. It's just a different shade of pink. I don't know why I'd be so fancy with the whole rose pink. Weird, but yeah, yes. But when it comes to the Reverse Flash, basically the Reverse Flash is basically the Flash. Okay, same ability, super speed, but I think Reverse Flash is a bit more faster than the Flash himself. I don't know. I don't really know much about DC stuff, really. Okay, the only reason I think that is because I have watched the series, okay, the Flash series, a bit here and there, as well as I did watch a death battle years ago, dealing, I think it was Flash versus Sonic, if I remember. So when they were talking about the Flash and stuff like that, and since I'm mentioning the Reverse Flash, I'm assuming the Reverse Flash can do basically the same thing as the Flash can do. So yeah, okay. And again, since this one didn't announce too, I know I'm talking a lot too, so sorry guys, but I want to get my thoughts out real quick. But from basically my thoughts about how they're going to do the fights too, actually, and stuff, I'm kind of curious of what they're going to do with the Black Goku, because I do believe Reverse Flash may win this one, okay, if it's just Black Goku himself. Also, that is so weird calling it Black Goku for specific reasons, but you know what I mean. Okay, but you know, thinking about it right now, I might actually give it to the Reverse Flash right now, that I think he's gonna win. I don't know yet. We're gonna probably learn more, of course. Alright, watch the introduction, learn more about them, and then before the fight, I may change my opinion who I think will win the fight. And also, there is a workout punishment, of course, for this one. So whoever I pick loses. Okay, since they said basically evil counterparts, and I'm gonna go with something speed related, like running. So yeah, basically I'm gonna be running. If I lose this workout, not the workout. Wow, I am weird. So if I basically lose this bet on myself, okay, I'll be running at least 5 miles. That would suck if I do that. So I'm hoping I'll win. But at the moment right now, I do think the Reverse Flash may win. But anyhow, enough of me blabbering. I know I talk a lot. I've been saying my opinions, outputs, and so on for a while. Let's just get this started. So here we go.
Goku Black, the
Goku Black.
body-stealing
Okay, I did that
arbiter
earlier.
of divine justice.
And the Reverse Flash, DC's psychopathic speedster fanboy.
Yep.
They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
But I'd say the sincerest form of flattery is not trying to kill your superhero husbando. He's Wiz and I'm
Well, how do we
Boomstick.
husbando?
And it's our job to
waifus?
analyze their weapons,
Evil
armor, and
counterpart,
skills to find out
waifus.
who would win a death battle.
Really? I can't believe it. Oh, Genshin Impact!
Time to scout.
I love this game. I play a lot on it.
What consumes the thoughts of a god? What do immortals dream of with all the time in the world?
Peace, love, and
In
happiness.
Zamasu's case, his one goal was divine justice.
Yeah, this guy's got major Final Fantasy big bad energy all over him.
As the assistant to Universe 10's Supreme Kai, Zamasu prized above all else cosmic order and natural beauty.
Oh, that reminds me. Did you know I can burp and fart at the same time? Here, let me try.
Unsurprisingly, Zamasu despised the inherently chaotic nature of mortals, being seemingly unwilling to lift themselves out of their own cycle of violence and stupidity, like some people I know.
Yeah, I know those people too. His heart was clouded. Until the day he met Son Goku.
With God Ki, Goku could match blows with the god of destruction, Beerus. Their clash nearly destroyed the entirety of Universe 7, a cosmological structure at least 9 times larger than our own universe. At most, it could even be as large as 13 times greater than ours.
That was a good fight.
Side note, it's worth mentioning that when 2 gods of destruction fought, they were capable of casually destroying 2 of these universes.
And since the shockwaves from their punches traveled across Universe 7 in seconds, they'd have to be hitting way faster than light.
Goku was tapping into his Super Saiyan God form for this, though clearly not at its full strength. While the exact multiplier for Super Saiyan Blue is unknown, Toriyama himself has directly compared it to the original Super Saiyan form.
And don't forget, Goku trained with Whis and fought in the tournament with Universe 6 before Zamasu caught up with him. So by that time, he was way stronger.
Here was a mortal with the powers of gods beyond even Zamasu's abilities. Someone who could bring his dreams to fruition.
So Sammy did what anyone would do in that situation. Kill his master to become the Supreme Kai, wish on the Super Dragon Balls to switch bodies with Goku, and kill every single mortal in the universe.
And thus the deity Zamasu
I honestly don't understand that
became
mindset
Goku
of
Black.
a deity then if they were like that.
Please, Goku Black, you couldn't be more creative.
Now, you might be wondering, why didn't he just wish all the mortals dead? But that wouldn't be as fun, would it? Black's got all of Goku's strength
I
and
actually did
powers,
not thought
but
about
wielded by
that.
a genocidal maniac instead of that lovable goober of a monkey man.
And in keeping with Goku's Saiyan heritage and godly ki, Black can easily achieve the form of Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan.
But with a champagneful twist.
Super Saiyan Rose.
Rose,
Pink.
really? What is he, a suburban wine mom?
Pink.
Watch out before he unlocks Super Saiyan Live, Laugh, Love! He stole
That
Goku's
was funny.
techniques too, like the instant transmission.
Yeah,
where he
basically you can
focuses
do,
on a
like,
person's
everything
key signature
Goku can
to
mostly
teleport to their
do.
location. He's
Probably
even got the Black
minus the
Kamehameha,
Spirit Bomb.
which is a Kamehameha.
I'm just saying.
But pink.
And with a Saiyan body, he gets stronger and stronger every time he almost dies. He just becomes harder and harder to kill.
Which really sucks for the rest of the universe, because Black is kind of like if Goku just snapped one day and used his powers to their full murderous potential.
Yeah, that actually does
the
make you think if
God-split
Goku actually
cut,
went
where he
evil.
surrounds his hands with a keyblade to
Like
slice
originally
you
went
to
evil and
ribbons.
stuff like
He
that. That
used
would
this
be
very
interesting.
technique to, kill Goku's family.
He can even extend this Keyblade into a huge curved one called the Azure
The
Dragon Sword,
moment I
which,
thought he
along
was
with
like
his
a
Kamehameha,
Keyblade, like, from
confirms my
Kingdom Hearts.
suspicions that Goku is colorblind.
Actually, Black's Azure Dragon Sword is named after a legendary weapon wielded by one of Earth's greatest warriors, the Desert Bandit Yamcha. Wait, what?
And he can make a scythe and slice open space-time itself to create a bunch of shadow clones.
I do have to admit the
Black,
scythe
not
thing was
Crater
pretty
Boy
cool.
over here. But his most dastardly weapon isn't a key technique at all. It's the time ring he got from his dead master.
This ring allowed Black to travel through time and even escape into future Trunks' alternate timeline, where he had free reign over the entire universe.
And let him team up with his best bud, himself. Too bad Goku and company showed up to spoil the fun. But wait, isn't Zamasu in Goku's body? How are there 2 Gokus? There's only one Goku in the multiverse, right? But Goku met Black before he met Zamasu, which means Black existed before Zamasu came up with
time
the idea.
paradox
And then
is
they
a
killed
wonderful
Zamasu
thing right
before
there.
He could do it anyway, but Goku Black was still around? What the hell is going on?
Sure, it's a classic grandfather's paradox. The thing is, Black's time ring prevents him from being affected by alterations to his own personal timeline. So, killing him in the past doesn't change his future, and vice versa. He's almost impossible to kill because even if you do it at one point in time, he still exists at another point in time. And another. And another.
That's confusing.
And another. And another.
Oh god, I hate time travel. Black has crushed
Oh,
Saiyans
boy.
like Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. Hell, even Vegito couldn't beat him. He even merged with the universe to become one with everything. Like I said,
Okay, so if
major
they're doing
Final
that, I
Fantasy
think they're
villain
talking
vibes
about
here.
when they
It took
merge
Zeno,
too.
the Omni King, the most powerful being in
I
all of
think.
creation,
I don't know.
to step in and erase that entire timeline just to stop Black's rampage. How ironic. Zamasu's higher calling was the eradication of all mortal life in the universe, and he stole the strongest mortal's body to do it. But in the end, he was always doomed to fail. His quest for power meant nothing against a being that would always be stronger no matter what he did or who he was.
And the universe ended up being destroyed anyway. It's like one big cosmic joke with no one left to laugh.
Damn.
You've been running around making messes for too long, and
But at least now kind of like answer something, because I wasn't sure they're going to do the fusion of the Goku Black and Zamasu.
Barry
whatever.
Allen, the Flash,
Hey, Flash!
is one of the greatest heroes in history, an inspiration to many across time and space. And there's no better example than his #1 fan from the 25th century, Eobard Thawne.
All right, Wiz, we've tackled a lot of stupid names for things in our years here at Death Battle, but I'm confident that Eobard is the dumbest f***ing first name I've ever heard in my life. Eobard was completely obsessed with the Flash and dedicated his whole life to studying the Speed Force like a total nerd. Good luck to him, because there's no way he's figuring that shit out.
But Thawne's life irrevocably changed the day he discovered a time capsule from the 21st century. By some strange coincidence, it just so happened to contain Barry's costume.
Oh.
By experimenting on it, Thawne managed to replicate the Flash's powers, turning himself into a mirror of his idol.
And you can bet he totally crapped himself when Barry Senpai showed up in the future and took him under his wing. It was a dream come true.
Oh.
Until Barry realized that Thawne had fabricated crimes in order to show up and save the day. Disgraced, Thawne promised to better himself before traveling to the past to prove his worth to his hero, to prove that their bond was special.
That's when Thawne found out that Barry already had a best friend, and a family, and a life. Without him,
okay,
it didn't matter.
So
He wasn't
that's why he was
special.
like so
was
obsessed
just
with the
a
Flash. I was
nobody
always
Barry
curious on
tossed
why
out
he
the
was so
trash and
obsessed with the
forgot
Flash.
about. Like
Now
my
I know.
Tinder dates do to
He's
me.
basically a
If only.
yandere for the
When
Flash.
Thawne visited the Flash Museum in Barry's time, he discovered the secret identity to Flash's greatest enemy that in his future had been lost to time. The one Barry was fated to kill in battle. Eobard Thawne. Wait a minute.
Oh, ain't that a bitch? The shock drove Thawne mad. If he couldn't be Flash's best friend, he'd be his greatest enemy. And I guess also ensure his own future death.
He would travel from the future to terrorize the Flash family in the past. Revenge in reverse. He'd become the Reverse Flash.
Reverse Flash? We're really setting the world on fire with these names
okay, that's an
today,
interesting
huh,
effect
Wiz?
on the hand.
Thawne draws his powers from the negative Speed Force, which he generates with every step he takes.
Negative.
Just like Barry does with the regular Speed Force.
Okay.
The negative Speed Force gives Thawne access to many of the Flash's powers, including his mind-bending super speed.
So
enough
it's
to
kinda
travel
like the
all across
opposite of
time
the
and space
Green
in
Lanterns
days.
with the
he
Yellow
can keep up with
Lanterns,
and
sorta.
surpass other speedsters like Barry and Wally.
Who once ran fast enough to cross the universe faster than two gods who could teleport. Wally even beat himself in a race, and Barry admitted Thawne was still faster than that. Wait just a second, he beat himself? That doesn't even make sense.
But unlike Barry and Wally, Thawne applies his powers more catastrophically, using them to their full potential without any care for collateral. Take, for instance, his ability to vibrate himself through solid objects.
Objects like, say, vital organs. And if he did, he'd scramble their molecules, causing instant death. Thawne did just that to Barry's wife, Iris, and Barry did not appreciate it.
Thawne's vibrations are so powerful, he can even produce a counterforce that can reverse the destruction of the entire universe.
Pretty crazy sounding,
Whoa.
but even B-tier speedsters like Jenny Ognats can do the same kind of thing. And when Barry and Wally raced each other, they were tearing up the entire multiverse.
Thawne can create shockwaves with a snap, phase into your body and possess you, and even speak at such high speeds that you'll hear his words as though they were your own thoughts. And instead of stealing your speed like other Flashes, he can steal your time.
Yeah, Thawne can yoink decades from
Yo.
your life and age you 80 years in just a few seconds. Kinda sounds like your sex
Okay.
life, huh, Wiz?
Wait, we still have time.
But
Does he
Thawne's
absorb them and
greatest
becomes
ability
younger
is his
again?
unmatched skill at time travel,
this
and
is-
he uses this expertise to be as petty and cruel as humanly possible.
Okay.
Thawne wasn't a dummy. He knew that if he went back in time to kill Barry before he got his powers, he'd erase himself from the time stream too. So instead, he'd just make Barry's life suck as hard as he could, push him down some stairs, retcon his best friend from history, kill his mom. He even told Barry he'd go back in time and adopt him as his own son. Dude, what the fuck?
That's another big difference between Thawne
Yo.
and Barry. Whereas Barry only went back in time to save his mother's life, Thawne often went back in time to try to fix his own mediocre life. He killed his more successful younger brother, his career rival at the Flash Museum, and every single boyfriend his crush had until there was no one left but him.
And when she still rejected him, he went back in time again and made her an invalid for the rest of her life. Jesus Christ! This guy's a monster! But wait, Wiz,
Dude, this
that's
guy's
impossible.
crazy.
Grandpappy Paradox or
Wow.
whatever. If he went back in time to kill someone, they'd be dead in the future, which means...
Which means he'd never know them and want to go back in time in the first place, right?
Wiz, maybe time is a construct with no legitimate unit of measurement other than the meager attempts man has made to understand the incomprehensible world around him.
Well, actually, Thawne was just inside the time stream when Barry initiated Flashpoint, which rewrote the universe while Thawne was technically disconnected from it. So, Thawne essentially broke. Literally, figuratively, mentally, physically, temporally.
Or maybe he just hated Barry so much it defied the laws of time itself. Whoa!
More specifically, he became a living paradox, a being without a past or future, literally without continuity. Not only did this mean he'd be unaffected by changes to his past, it made him effectively immortal.
Stabbed in the chest by evil Batman, vaporized by Iris in some sweet, sweet payback, or getting Dr. Manhattaned by the big blue god dong himself. Thawne was always reborn, unable to stay dead.
But more than anything, it made him immune from consequences.
Unlike Barry, whose changes to time could destroy all of reality, Thawne could do whatever he wanted. He was impossible to stop, with no reason to hold back.
He's survived a hit from Barry while he had the entire Speed Force absorbed into him, and even Wally's infinite mass punch, which has the mass of a white dwarf star. A white dwarf is essentially the remains of a star's ultra-dense core, which has a mass of over 2 octillion tons.
Man,
And he
imagine
took
if
one
you
of
get
those
hit
to
by
the
something
noggin
like
and
that.
just took
I'm
a
just
nap.
saying.
Man, he must really hate Barry if a sun to the face can't take him down.
But he doesn't hate Barry. All of his schemes, all of his machinations, all of his insane timeline-shattering threats, all of it was because it was the only way he could think of to spend time with his hero.
Is he yonder?
That's really sad.
His costume says it all. He never intended to be the Reverse Flash. He wanted to be the Kid Flash. All Thawne ever really desired was to be by Barry's side.
In the end, though, goody little Two Shoes Barry forgave him, and then vibrated away his living paradox powers, erasing him from existence.
Though not entirely. Barry didn't kill Thawne, he reset his timeline, removing the one thing driving his hatred, his relationship with Barry. Without that, Thawne was a normal, happy Flash fan once again.
It's Comics Wiz, he'll be back. And when he does, there'll be no running. He'll always be faster, he'll always catch you, and time is always on his side.
Still think you can take me? Even death can't catch me.
Okay. 1. Reverse Flash. Psychopath. Definitely a psychopath. Alright? Goku Black. Still crazy, but not as crazy as the Reverse Flash. And honestly, from what I just saw right now, and from this, I'm honestly think the Reverse Flash may win this one. Easily. Okay? Of course, when they show the death battle, it's gonna make it look like a struggle, but like, honestly, I think the Reverse Flash definitely has this in the bag. So, let's find out. Okay, here we go.
It was me, Barry. I was the one who...
Really? God
I am
damn
Patrick
it!
Fortier, Senior Gameplay Director on Marvel's Guardians.
Okay, there you go. And... gotta make a grand entrance, don't you?
Mortals, sinners, prepare for divine justice!
Oh, okay. Alright, carry on off the bat with a cup of tea. How lovely. Can you just hit the tea?
Excuse me,
Oh.
sir. I'm in need of your services.
I like the music. Feel bad for that guy. Sheesh.
Stand still and face your judgment, mortal!
Okay.
Wait, can the Reverse Flash do his own infinite punch too? I'm just kind of curious about that.
What do you think of this color? Is it not beautiful?
I'm really hoping I'm right with this. The first question win. I really don't want to do a 5-mile run.
Incoming genius!
Why are you going? I was gonna say, why are you going up the
I'll end
building?
this fight
But
before it even began.
I see why.
Death in reverse!
Magnificent!
Oh.
Mortals, sinners, prepare for defy!
There we go. Oh wait, what about the one that was? I was gonna say, yeah. I really like the song. Come on, that's right. Please win, please win. Look, okay, now we're going for a whole bunch of timey-wimey shit now, aren't we? God damn. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised this is gonna be like an infinite thing right here. Well, and there's no winner. Oh!
To stand atop all things and look down
What
upon
was that?
creation itself. That is the work of a god!
Empty threats to a
I don't
living
know what I think
paradox!
so bad.
How truly foolish.
Sorry, was that important?
Oh! Okay. I think I was right, and the reverse slash wins. Well, I think he's dead, at least. So wait, is it?
You know, we've said
Okay, so the reverse slash won. Okay, I was happy I was
was a
right.
fairly tricky matchup to figure out, least of all for their incredible levels of power.
Black could destroy a universe like ours at least 660 times over. I mean, a punch at least as big as a star is really badass, but that's in another league.
However, there was a lot more to cover than just how many stars or universes they could blow up. At their peak, both Goku Black and Reverse Flash were so impressive they were removed from time itself, becoming living paradoxes, making any attempt to kill either of them meaningless.
Stupid time travel.
It's difficult to determine who would figure out a counter to this temporal invincibility first, but it would most likely rely on a combination of speed and smarts.
As far as speed goes, it's no surprise Thawne definitely had the edge. Yeah, Black's attacks could reach speeds quintillions of times faster than light, but Thawne is a Flash.
Even early in his career as a member of the Flash family, Wally West could reach speeds that were impossible to comprehend and calculate. There are numerous examples of this for multiple iterations of the Flash, many of whom Thawne was clearly equal to.
Plus, he's kind of an expert when it comes to timey-wimey bullshit.
And he could likely overpower Black and destroy said time ring too. After all, Thawne once generated enough energy to counter the destruction of the entire DC universe, which is stated in comics to be at least 100 trillion light years in diameter. That's over 1 billion times larger than our own universe.
Okay.
And over 70 million times larger than Dragon Ball's Universe 7.
It's sort of impossible to lock
so
down the exact limits of
even
Goku
more
Black's
like-
upper strength without getting into lots
It
of
just shows that the
assumptions and
Reverse Flash definitely had the
guesswork.
edge
He's
no
obviously
matter
stronger
what the
than
situation
Goku when
was.
he clashed with Beerus, but even being super generous with training and power boosts and multipliers, the gap here is way too wide to be able to just assume Goku Black could match this level of power. The DC universe is just too big. And remember, Barry and Wally's race almost ripped apart the entire DC multiverse.
It's also important to stress that Goku
that was
Black
only a race.
is not Goku. Goku's drive and willpower can push through even the most absurd limits to potentially match higher levels of power. Zamasu took Goku's
Yes,
body
Ultra
because he's
Instinct.
more than willing to take shortcuts. It's an entirely different mindset.
Yeah, and once he took care of that time ring, Reverse Flash had a lot more options than just overpowering Black. With that super speed, he could pretty easily scramble Black's insides or age him to death with a touch. Zamasu may have been a deity even without the time ring, but Goku's body is mortal with a limited range of age. Might have really screwed
Yeah, I'm
yourself
surprised
with
they
that
did
one,
the
huh,
whole
Zam Zam?
fusion
Goku
though,
Black was
too,
a
with the
nightmarish
regular
foe, but
Zama
Thon's
or
experience
Immortal
with time travel,
Zama with the
ridiculous levels
Goku
of hacks, and
Black,
frankly
actually.
impossible speed
I'm just
gave
saying.
him the means to take the win.
This fight was definitely not sunderwhelming.
The winner is the Reverse
Oh, that was
Flash.
awful. Okay, that was good. I'm happy I
Hope
was
you guys
right.
enjoyed
I
that
don't have to
episode
do
of Death
any
Battle.
workout
If you're looking for something
punishments.
else to
I'm
watch,
really happy with
Season
that.
2 of Last Laugh is available
Yes.
right now on Rooster Teeth. It's a show all about contestants trying to
Okay,
make
get
each
that.
other laugh.
I'm
but
curious what the
everyone
next
trying
Death
their
Battle
hardest
will
not
be.
to. If you laugh, you're
So
out.
let's see. Come
Watch
on.
the first episode right now by clicking the video on the side.
Oh, yeah.
All right, what's coming up now? What?
Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, that is hilariously funny right there. That actually is pretty funny. Indeed. I don't know who I think will win that fight right there, but like honestly, I'm kind of rooting for the Kool-Aid Man, only because it's Kool-Aid Man, because I just think it'd be hilarious if he won. But no, seriously, that was actually a really good fight. Actually, I am actually happy that I was right with the Reverse Flash who's gonna win. Okay, because yeah, I wasn't too entirely sure. 'Cause I don't know much about the Reverse Flash and stuff, and learning that he's, you know, has a whole time paradox thing going on with him, and the negative speed force and all that kind of adjustment and stuff. Okay, it definitely made it seem like, of course, Reverse Flash had this in the bag, indeed, basically, more than Goku Black. But yeah, that was my reaction to it and stuff like that. I am happy I was right. I hope you guys enjoyed this too. If you guys did, let me know in the comments below. Make sure you pass comment if you guys enjoyed. And if you guys are new to my channel, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon too for enough of new videos. And until next time, this is DomBeast, howling out.